Hi everyone, today I will give you some more exercise on section 6.2. So please on your notebook write down the homework for today, that is exercise 6b, question 2 to 16, even numbers. So in this video, I will demonstrate question 2, 12, 14, and 16 to you. Also in the red box on the right hand side, so please be reminded that in this section, we are still using the laws of index to solve the exponential equations. Okay, so let's start with question 2. So for question 2, 5 to the power x equals to 1 over 125. Okay, so when we are solving exponential equation, we always think of a common base. So for the left hand side, we don't have to change anything, so it keeps at 5 to the power x. But for the right hand side, can you think of 5 to a power of something so that it would become 125? Okay, and I think most of you can think of 125 is equals to 5 to the power 3, and that is correct. But there is still a fraction on the right hand side. How can we change it? So we are going to use the rule number 6 of laws of index. Okay, so that it will become 5 to the power x equals to 5 to the power negative 3. Then as you can see, now both sides share the same base, then we just directly compare the fraction, compare the power. So the answer is x is equals to. Then let's take a look of question 12. 5 to the power 2x minus 5 to the power 2x minus 1 equals to 4. Okay, so there is nothing to be changed for 5 to the power 2x. Okay, but for 5 to the power 2x minus 1, we can apply the laws of index rule number 1 to separate 5 to the power 2x minus 1 into 5 to the power 2x times 5 to the power negative 1 equals to 4. Okay, then as you can see, there is a common factor that is 5 to the power 2x. Then we subtract the common factor, 5 to the power 2x. Okay, brackets 1 minus 5 to the power negative 1 equals to 4. Okay, so according to the laws of index rule number 6, 5 to the power negative 1, that is 1 over 5. Okay, so that after the calculation, we know that the bracket, the number inside the bracket, that is 4 over 5. And finally, we want to keep the 5 to the power 2x on the left hand side, so that we have to multiply 5 and divide 4, so that we can change the fraction on the left hand side to the right hand side. And finally, 5 to the power 2x equals to 5, and by comparing the index, so for the right hand side, the index is 1. Okay, don't mix up. So that we know that 2x equals to 1 and x is equals to 1 over 2. Then for question 14, it is similar to question 12. The first step, we have to separate 4 to the power x minus 1 into 4 to the power x times 1 over 4. Similarly, for 4 to the power x plus 1, we can separate it into 4 to the power x times 4. Then we will do the simplification on the left hand side, so that it will become 4 to the power x times 3 over 4 plus 4 to the power x times 8 equals to 35. Then again, as you can see, there are common factor 4 to the power x. Then we can take it out so that it will become 4 to the power x bracket 3 over 4 plus 8 equals to 35. Okay, then we just simply calculate the number in the bracket, that is 35 over 4. And finally, we know that 4 to the power x equals to 4. Then again, by comparing the index, we can get the answer x is equals to. So let's take a look of question 16. So in this question, there are three numbers, 2, 8, and 4. So how can we change these three numbers into a common base? Okay, and the answer is we can change all these numbers into a common base of 2. Okay, so for the left hand side, we don't have to change anything. 2 to the power x minus 1. Okay, as for right hand side, 8 can change into 2 to the power 3. And for 4, we can change it into 2 to the power 2. And don't forget the 2x. Okay, then we can simplify the right hand side. Okay, by the laws of index rule number 3, so 2 to the power 3, then to the power 2x, we can multiply together so that we have 2 to the power 6x. As for the denominator, we just keep it as 2 to the power 2. Okay, then according to the laws of index rule number 2, we can further simplify the right hand side so that it will become 2 to the power 6x minus 2. Then we know that both sides now share the same base. Then we just directly comparing the power so that we have x minus 1 equals to 6x minus 2. Okay, then we move the 6x to the left hand side so that it will become negative 5x. And for the right hand side, it will become negative 1. And finally, x is equals to 1 over 5. And this is the answer for question 16. So for the remaining time, please help me to finish the homework.